Right.
Just,
So I watched the JRE. I think I said this on. I don't know if I said this in a live stream or the show, but whenever they're like, Jamie, get to the bottom of it, and he comes back, I like that. Like that's a thing I really like. So I try to make the kind of show that I would like, and that was the origination of. I think I may have overdone it though, but yeah.
It's so funny how different we are, even though we all are friends and we hang out. Like when that happens in a podcast, and like a minute after the topic kind of is naturally concluded, and then Jamie pops back in with like, actually, Joe, you're right. Chimpanzees do have big balls and tiny dicks. Like, I'm like, who cares? I don't give a shit. Like it would be different if it was like a knowledgeable podcast. Like when that guy, the coronavirus expert, the virologist or whatever was on there, I appreciated his little fact checks. But if it's Joey Diaz, I don't give a fuck.
I love when there's a whole montage
of
Joey Diaz mispronouncing people's names. I love it.
It's what a fool.
Oh, there's Calabib. There's Calabib. This Stiochik. He's trying to say Steve Miocic.
Joe, I'll tell you this, Joe Rogan. And
I love Joe Rogan. They've been friends for like 20 years. And he calls him my first and last name.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan does have to settle the fuck down about pumping Joey Diaz's tires, where he's like, and now the funniest man on earth, and it's like he's barely the funniest one in the room.
He can have an opinion, all right. I look, if he's, I see that no different than him being like, look, this is the best ice cream that exists, all right. He's giving you his opinion. To Joe Rogan, the funniest person in the world is Joey
Kyle,
Diaz.
let me do my ill-thought hot takes.
No, I won't. I'll tell you what the greatest. I'll tell you now that you've done with Tiger King, though, what you can watch next, and that is Bert Kreischer's new special. Hey there, big boy.
Next, I'm going over to Ozark. I want to watch season 3 of Ozark.
This is 50 minutes though. Ozark is like 12 episodes, an hour long each, right?
You'll find me on Escape from Tarkov all the time.
Bert Kreischer would be a great guy to get on the show if we could.
Kreischer's hilarious. The Machine is one of my favorite stories of all time. But his new special, very good. Very good.
I'm happy for that.
It's great. It's like I said, it's called Hey There, Big Boy. It's good.
He should put a shirt on. It's too gimmicky.
I do think it's too gimmicky, but I'll reserve judgment until I see the show. And I don't know why I connect with Bert, but for some reason I root for that guy. There's a couple guys I root for. Chris Pratt comes to mind. There's some others. John Krasinski from The Office. Who knows?
Yeah, John Krasinski.
Thank you. And for whatever reason, Bert Kreischer, I'm just like, I hope that guy does well in his career and his life. You know, like it hasn't. He's done really well. I think a lot of comics would envy his career, but it also hasn't been easy and smooth and without its difficulties.
I'll spoil one of his jokes if you'll allow me. He goes into Starbucks. He's like, I walk in and this black kid's behind the counter and he's freaking out as soon as he sees me. He's like, oh shit, what's up, dog? You know Joe Rogan. He's like, yeah, I love Joe Rogan. He is funny as fuck. Best comedian ever. And he's like, yeah. What about me? What about you? Like I don't really like it. He's like, so now I've been challenged. I gotta take this kid down. I gotta make him laugh. I gotta show him I'm a funny guy. I'm a professional. This is what I do. So he takes my order. I say, I want a venti coffee. And he goes, should I leave room for cream? He goes, no, I don't want it to know its father. And he just get progressively more and more racist jokes about how he wants his coffee black. It's I didn't tell it well. I told it poorly, but he tells it very well, and it's very funny. It's very funny. I told it poorly. I messed it up. I only heard it once, but the special's very good. I liked it a lot. He talks about his wife, about his daughters, and how stupid his daughters are.
So I had to prove how funny I was. So I took off my shirt, of course. I did a hot five.
One of his daughters is so dumb.
Maybe, I forget.
One of his daughters is so dumb. She thought that everybody had the same dreams at night. Like if she had a dream about a robot, she thinks everybody else had the robot dream too.
How old is his daughter?
He's like, she's 12.
Dude, that's genuinely a dumb 12-year-old.
Yeah, like he got left with his daughters by himself, and he's like, one of my daughters just brought a bag of rice for lunch. I was like, a bag of rice? What are you, an old Chinese man? What do you mean? Wasn't it terrible? She's like, well, it could have used soy sauce. Then I find out she didn't just bring a bag of rice. She microwaved an Uncle Ben's pack of rice for 2 extra minutes, mind you, so it'd still be hot at lunch. Threw it in her backpack, where it promptly exploded. So then she just ate it out of her backpack at lunch, like an orangutan or something.
That chick's cool. She did it all with her shirt off.
Yeah, I like that guy a lot. Very good special. Definitely worth the watch. And like Woody, he's one of those people that I like to see succeed as well. We've got a similar group of people. Another one that I would add to that list is the guy from Office Space, the main character whose name's escaping me right now.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
he was in
Yeah,
Band of Brothers as well.
Mhm.
I see him in anything. I'm like, I want to support that guy. I want him to like do well. It's not John Barron.
Ron Livingston.
Ron Livingston, yeah.